I want to call to order the meeting of the Middlesex County Joint Insurance Fund for March 22nd, 2023. This meeting, notice of this meeting was given by one, sending sufficient notice herewith to the Home News Tribune, the Asbury Park Press, and the Jersey Journal, filing advance notice, written notice of this meeting with the clerk and or administrator of each member, and posting a copy of the meeting notice on the public bulletin board of all members. I direct the secretary to enter into the minutes of this meeting the advance written notice of this meeting and this statement. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mike Sika, Ricardo Lanos, Jeanette Larison,
Here.
Harry Delgado,
Here. Here.
Michael Drulis, Joe Zanga,
Here.
Mayor Heck,
Here.
Glenn Kurtz, Leon Sokol,
Here.
Scott Recant,
Here.
Joe Manzo.
Here.
Here. Donna Setzer,
Here.
James Gote,
Here.
Louis Gote, Sean Kelly, Dominic
Here.
Snell,
Here.
Robin Rasiopi,
Here.
Karen
Here.
Waters,
Here.
Sean Walsh,
Here.
Charlie Cradiville,
I'm here.
and anybody I didn't miss.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so in the packet, there was minutes from the December 30th, 2022 meeting. If there are no questions or comments on those, can I get a motion and a second?
Motion, Joe.
Second, Harry.
Mayor Heck,
Yes.
Joe Zanga,
Yes.
Harry Delgado,
Yes.
Jeanette Larison.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, next we have the administrator's report.
Yes, Chair, in the package distributed to all members, I've enclosed for your review, updated loss runs through the end of February. Looking at 2023 auto physical damage claims of 28,500. No auto liability claims reported yet. General liability claims at 27,500. Property damage claims of 57,000, and workers' comp coming in at 32,644. With respects to winding out the 2022 fund year, auto PD of 62,757, auto liability of 61,434, general liability of 607,113, property damage claims of 162, and workers' comp at 1,809,195 for 2,073,39. The report also includes older years going back at least 5 years for each. Take a look at. I hit the highlights. Also included in that report, as we started last month, tracking the claim payments, February for all claim years of 158,500. Prior years, these are years prior to the 2020 review that was done, of 72,334 on the qual care system, on the general claim system, all years for February of 328,507, and years 2020 and prior of 306,996. I've also included another report that breaks that down even further into on behalf of which insureds those payments are being made on behalf of. Other than that, I have Donna here for her report.
Okay. You have some, you have some other items here for the deficit and the February claim payments. Did you?
Yeah, I hit on that. The February
I'm sorry.
claim payment reports, yes. They're
Okay.
in there. They break just
Yeah, breaking it down by year.
classification, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Claims
right.
paid during the month of February for each year in which they were incurred. There is also included a deficit contribution report that lets everybody know the status of payments towards the 2020 deficit. So
Okay,
that's also in there as well.
thank you. Okay, managed care, Donna.
Thank you. Qual Care's reports, savings reports for the month of February, there were 159 bills that were received. Network utilization was 96%. Total charges of those bills was $147,266.60. It was repriced. They were repriced to pay $51,105.12 for a savings of 65% from charges. Total injuries called in were 7, 6 of them required treatment. If there are questions regarding the provider specialty or claimant reports, I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Thank
Does
you.
anybody?
One of the sponsors.
Next, finance report, Mr. Monzo.
Good morning. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? If not, I'll come off Bluetooth.
No, we can hear you.
Okay. I sent my report out last night, so it's a little bit different from the one you saw for the past couple of years. I just want to explain it if anybody has any questions. So went back to listing just the regular assessments and to-date payments because Glenn, in his packet, which he just spoke to, has a list of all the current and past members that have the obligation for the deficit assessment. He's giving an update on those. That update of his includes payments we got last year and then payments we've received so far this year. My report is just the regular assessments that based on an adopted budget of $7,773,650. We've received almost $3.7 million to date for those. The rest of the report is the one that looks different. So, and this is, I've decided to do some of the accounting a little bit differently based on some conversations with Homer Frenier. So the document you see in front of you, I just want to explain what it is. First column of numbers is going to be the budget, right? So you're going to have the salaries and benefits, admin expenses, and then as you go to page 2, you'll see the claims, $3 million, premiums, $3 million, broker risk, and then the total budget of $8,073,650 for 2023. The amounts you see in the second column, which say general journal debit, those are all of the claims that have been funded this year by us for all the fund years from 92 through 23. So prior years plus the current year. That's the amount in the debit column. The receipts column is any subrogation payments we've received so far in 2023. The only one of those that might look a little askew is the $675,000 against 2015 liability. We got a check-in from Chubb yesterday, but within the next couple of weeks, that amount of money is going to get turned back out to the recipient. So that number will be a likewise charge to 2015 claims. And then the dispersed column is what gets approved by the bill list by the commissioners. Administrative expenses, premiums, third-party administrator, broker risk managers, etc. So that number is against your municipal budget. Okay. So I did this just so I can keep a better track of the claims against each one of the prior years and across the different lines. So if anybody has any questions on that, I'll answer them. If not, this is the expectation of how the budget report will look like going forward.
No, it looks good. I don't know if anybody else has questions, but
I'll just share that I appreciate this level of detail, and it's concise, but it's also very informative. So thank you, Joe. Thanks for taking the initiative.
Sure. And just to make one comment, if you look on page the third page down at the bottom where it says premiums, the budget is $3,095,000. You'll see an amount of $535,000. It's not it's not dispersed, but a journal entry. That is because we had to prepay the 2023 part of the 2023 premiums in December. So we paid it in December, recorded it as a prepaid asset, and then when the year started in 23, we just journalized it and charged it to the 2023 budget. So it was dispersed last year, but charged against the budget for 2023.
got it.
The accountants
Anybody-
understand that. The rest of you will just shake your
Yeah. The rest of everyone else is like, okay, Joe, whatever you say.
Yeah, Joe and Jeanette got it.
Yeah. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have safety and loss control. Mr. Gote.
Good afternoon. During the month of March, we conducted safety and health training at South River. We provided bloodborne pathogens, fall protection, and hazard communications training. In addition, we have also conducted site inspections for the right to know surveys at the Borough of Milltown and the Borough of South River. The City of New Brunswick and the New Brunswick Parking Authority were trying to set up some dates to stop in and do the annual inspection that needs to be provided for the right to know survey. At the same time, the Borough of Carteret has asked for some training, and we're in the process of trying to schedule at their convenience the necessary training. That concludes my report unless someone has any questions.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Okay, moving on to old business. Any old business?
Chair, I'd just like to give everybody an update with respects to the audit. I had a long meeting yesterday with Lauren at Home and Frenier. Myself, Joe, met with them last week to give everybody a status report as to where they are. They have completed all the field work and came to a level of satisfaction with the data that they had received from Samuel Klein. My understanding after speaking with Lauren yesterday, they are in the process of assembling the reports. You know, as you know, we have almost 20 years of open claims going back. So the back schedules are pretty significant. She did tell me I will have a draft to circulate to everyone next week for their review. And then if necessary, we'll call a special meeting if need be to sit down and adopt it. But I will have a draft next week.
Next week, okay. Okay, and then like the RFPs, are they out now?
I received the final updates from Scott Rakant's office. They will be advertised tomorrow and due back within 2 weeks thereafter. And if we do call a special meeting, I expect to be able to address that at the same meeting. So,
Okay. All right, great. New
Question?
business. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So can you just be clear what audit years you're referring to, Glenn, please?
This is the 12/31/2021 audit that Home and Frenier is in their first year completing after taking over for Samuel Klein. So.
All right, so 21 is the most recent, is the oldest outstanding one, correct?
Correct. And once they, she says all the work is done, they're assembling it now. So they have come to a comfort level with the prior auditor's data and are willing to issue an opinion. So.
And then for the 2022 audit, do we have to do an RFP for that? I've lost track.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
That as well.
Exactly.
That's what
that will be ready by the time you guys approve this audit. So.
Okay. Thank you for clarity.
And hopefully she will be willing to jump right in and bang that out. Joe and Patty over there have a pretty good understanding of the way they want to see the data moving forward, which is hence why Joe is updating some of his reports. So I believe the 2022 audit will be done a lot quicker.
Great. Anyone else have anything? Okay, new business.
Yes, Chair, in the packets, I've gotten some inquiries from some of the members. Is a copy of the 2023 risk management plan that the JIF needs to adopt. Basically, this plan of risk management the JIF adopts every year addresses the coverages that the JIF insures for, and as well as the limits of liability, workers' comp, general liability, or
Uh-oh, we lost them. That's not good.
We can see him, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, he's frozen.
auto law enforcement employee. Am I there?
Oh, now you're back. Yeah, you were frozen for a while.
Sorry about that.
No, no worries.
Basically, this coverage doc is the coverage summary, which provides for the risk management plan for the members, what the JIF is insured up to, what limits of coverage, as well as the individual liability limits for each member. So basically, this is the only major change, I believe, is in the cyber liability, which limits to $3 million and a $6 million aggregate moving forward. So.
Will we be reviewing this plan now that we have it and then approve it by resolution at the next meeting? Or how's that going to work?
It's if you guys would like to review, that's fine.
Well, just because I don't see a resolution on here and I have that, and I'm just not sure how we're handling this. And I don't know what the urgency of approval is.
That would be a convenient way, a systematic way to review it and have a resolution approving at the next meeting.
Okay, yeah, let's do that, please.
Okay.
Is there any other new business? Okay. Okay, hearing none, let's open it up for audience comments. Does anybody from the audience like to speak?
Hello, Charlie Cradaville. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just wanted to follow up on the matter I've been bringing up for a few months now and ask if there's any update on the Councilman Glenn Fleming case.
But
I don't know if Glenn.
Charlie's,
Yeah. Okay.
You want you to take it, Scott, or
I'll do this.
Still an open matter. I know that.
Right. So it is open. There is a tentative resolution, but that has not been signed off by the parties. So there's really not much else to say. But you know, at the January 11th meeting, the commissioners made a decision and basically, and then we sent a subsequent coverage or reservation of rights letter. And Charlie, I think that was provided to you, correct?
Is correct. And thank you
Okay.
for the update. Yes. Want to understand if the tentative resolution is, if it comports with that letter. Is that fair to say? That's the bills paid so far plus 10,000.
I apologize for not answering your question directly, but because it's not, all the resolution is not, has not been signed, there's really, I can't give you those details now. But other than to say that I fully expect it to be within the extra additional $10,000 that the board, that the commissioners authorized or limited, depending on how you want to describe it.
Thank you for that. And I just will continue to have the position that this matter should have never been covered by the JIF, and just reminds me of on a game show when one of the contestants is eliminated, they'll say, "Well, don't worry, we have a parting gift for you," and they'll give them a set of steak knives or something for the road. And I feel like we're now in a situation where it's clear that the matter has no bearing on his council position, had nothing to do with his government office, and the JIF is not only not trying to claw back the funds that have been paid, but essentially that decision you referred to, which was memorialized in the letter, is we'll give you another $10,000 for the road, but then after that you're on your own. So I just don't think that's the right way to handle the matter. I think it should have never been covered by the JIF, and I think just looking at the complaint, that much should have been obvious. But I think I've said this before, so I won't belabor the point any further, but I appreciate you answering my questions, and I'll continue to follow up until the matter is resolved. Thank you.
That's fine, Charlie, but just remember that the fund's obligations to provide a defense are greater than its obligations to provide indemnification or to pay damages. So that happens in a lot of matters where the fund provides a defense, even if it's only to otherwise get out of the case or otherwise limit what the damages might be. So, and also the fund does not have any steak knives, so it does not provide those to anyone on the way out.
Well, thank you for adding that.
Through the chair to Mr. Recant, please.
Sure.
Mr. Recant, Mr. Cradaville characterizes the work of this entity and its hard work of that of a game show. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think we do a lot more work than that of a game show. But it almost seems like he's insinuating that we did something improper. Can you just, for the record, just let us know, did we act properly, and did we follow the rules and the laws that set forth that govern us?
So Mr. Fleming was named in his capacity. The city was named, and it was identified that, he was involved in it because of his capacity as a council member. It was because of that the fund agreed to provide a defense. I understand that the court had ruled that all of his actions were outside the scope of his city position, but for his being a council member, he would probably not have been involved in the political party apparatus, and we viewed it as it tied it back to his council position, and that's why we had that's why the JIF provided a defense. Again, its obligations to provide a defense are much greater than its obligations to indemnify. So there are lots of situations where the fund will provide a defense to someone who is an employee or an official of a municipality, of a member, even if it is otherwise unlikely to pay any damages or to pay a jury verdict. So that's why the fund is involved in, in providing a defense. It's generally it's because its obligation to provide a defense is much greater than its obligation to indemnify.
All right. Well, it would seem to me that Mr. Cradaville's opinion of it being as a game show and is that of an opinion of a person. I appreciate the opinion of our counsel, who is an attorney, and for the guidance through this process. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I have to correct one point. The complaint, I'm looking at it right now, the city is not a named defendant. Just to correct the record, the city was never named as a defendant. There were many defendants named. I'm looking at almost a dozen here, but the city was never a defendant. So I don't know how this complaint made its way to the JIF, but I think that needs to be investigated, frankly. And please don't take any offense to my metaphor or my point that I'm making. I just think that it was not correct to do anything other than say, give us back the money, because this shouldn't have happened. And I think that you should be clawing back those funds, not giving more. That's my opinion.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, Charlie's question was answered before. He may not have understood it, but I don't think we should belabor it any further.
I agree.
And go on to the next subject.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you. Any other audience comments? Okay, the bill list was included in the packet. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the bills to be paid as listed?
Is that Joe?
Yes.
Second?
I'll second it.
Mayor Heck,
Yes.
Joe Zanga,
Yes.
Harry Delgado,
Yes.
Mike Julis,
Abstain.
Jeanette Larison.
Yes. Okay, and then I guess it's time for closed session. So can I get a motion to go into closed session?
Motion, Joe.
Second, Harry.
Mayor Heck,
Did we
Joe
lose him?
Zanga,
Yes.
Harry Delgado,
Yes.
Mike Julis,
Yes.
Jeanette Larison.
Yes.
See,
with the information that's been given to us right now. So I'm not going to be lining up taking a shot or a vaccination for something that wasn't clear.
Frank.
Recording in progress.
All right, Chair.
Okay, so then can I get a motion to approve the claims as reviewed?
So moved. Terry? Second?
Second, Joe.
Mayor Heck?
Yes.
Joe Zanga?
Yes.
Harry Delgado?
Yes.
Mike Trulis?
Yes.
Jeanette Larison?
Yes. And then finally, just need a motion to close. I mean, to adjourn, rather.
I move that one.
Motion, Joe.
Joe?
And Harry.
Mayor Heck?
Yes.
Joe Zanga?
Yes.
Harry Delgado?
Yes.
Michael Drulis?
Yes.
Jeanette Larison?
Yes. And that's all. So have a great day, everybody. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.